Direkt ifrån Stockholm önskar vi er alla hjärtligt välkomna. Bienvenue, Carlos Risate, willkommen, welcome, bienvenidos, a very warm welcome to this allocation draw for the Eurovision Song Contest 2016, the 61st edition that is going to be held here in Stockholm the 10th, 12th and 14th of May, thanks to our hero Måns Zelmerlöw and his glorious victory in Vienna last year. My name is Alexandra Pascalidou, and I'm fortunate to host this procedure with my dear colleague, Jovan Radomir. Oh, you're here. Welcome.
Thank you very, very much. And the last time we organized this magical event was only 3 years ago in Malmö. And now, for the third time, we're back in Stockholm. And we are in the beautiful Golden Hall, a part of City Hall, one of Stockholm's most recognizable landmarks. And yes, people, this is where the Nobel Gala Banquet is held every year. And this is also the venue for this year's opening ceremony for the 61st Eurovision Song Contest. And Alexandra, behind us we have the Queen of Lake Mälaren protecting us and watching over us. And this entire room is made of pure gold flakes. So don't you people get any ideas? No?
Pure gold and pure happiness and pleasure to host the Eurovision Song Contest in Stockholm. And about landmarks, another landmark is the Globe Arena that has already hosted the Eurovision Song Contest back in 2000. And we're also back to a record-breaking, an all-time high, 43 participating countries, 43, as we had back in 2008 and 2011.
That's right, Alexandra, and today we also have some very important people we would like to welcome to this allocation draw.
Yes, we do. So, first of all, we are delighted to introduce the CEO of the public broadcaster, Sveriges Television, Hanna Stjärne.
Welcome to the Golden Hall. Welcome to Stockholm. I'm so proud and honored to welcome Eurovision Song Contest to Sweden again. To Stockholm, to SVT, to Swedish Television, to welcome you all to the biggest live entertainment program in the whole world. About 200 million people will watch Eurovision Song Contest. 200 million people will watch this show here in Stockholm. And at SVT, we are really happy to be able to host Eurovision this year. Actually, especially happy to be able to host this event this year. When turbulence is high, it's even more vital to say welcome to all Europe. It has never, through the history of Eurovision, been more important to bring people together, to sing together, to laugh together, to come together, to highlight the things that unite us, to highlight what it means to be human. There are not many arenas that unite Europe, but the Globe Arena here in Stockholm will be that meeting place during a few days in May when the city is at its best and brightest. Europe needs common joy. Europe needs common hope. Europe needs to come together. So at SVT, we are very proud to welcome viewers and fans in Europe and all over the world to Sweden again for the 6th time. Our team has been preparing this from the very night in Vienna when Måns Zelmerlöw won and became the hero of Eurovision. Martin Österdahl, who was responsible for the event in Malmö 3 years ago, he was in Vienna. And at that night, when the rest of us were celebrating, he started the preparations at that very night. The Eurovision team at SVT is a world-class team. They're outstanding when it comes to making warm, generous, and extraordinary TV shows. Loreen with Euphoria, Måns with Heroes, the last winners from Sweden, their performances highlight a certain kind of creativity. It's original, it feels very close to you, and it's irresistible. Just the way we want Eurovision Song Contest to be. Original, very close to you, and irresistible. Eurovision Song Contest is TV when TV is at its best. It's so exciting and joyful that the feeling of unity for music television will spread to living rooms in Berlin, in Brussels, in Bucharest, in Barcelona. And Eurovision Song Contest is also a once-in-a-lifetime moment for the artists. Standing alone, waiting with maybe anxiety and certainly high expectations to enter that stage, to enter the attention of 200 million people. For many of the artists, it might be the performance of their life. In Sweden, we sometimes say that Melodifestivalen and Eurovision, they are like a party for the whole country. A warm, uniting party. And in May, we want Eurovision Song Contest to be a warm, uniting party for whole Europe, for the whole world. A party where we all come together.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, Hanna Stjärne.
Ja, vi tackar Sveriges Televisions VD Hanna Stjärne för det inledande talet. Now it's time to present a person, the executive producer from the Swedish broadcaster, Mr. Martin Österdahl.
Thank you very much. My name is Martin Österdahl, and it's my great privilege to be the executive producer for the Eurovision Song Contest for the second time in 3 years. One of the greatest things about this show is its rich history and its higher purpose. It stands out as the longest running, the most loved, and the most yelled at TV show in the world. One of the greatest challenges is to tell an old story in a new way. Every song contest has a theme, a specific symbol for this year's contest, and a short sentence that explains what all this is about. In selecting the theme for the Eurovision Song Contest 2016, we based our decision on 2 assumptions. Firstly, we believe in the Eurovision idea. That original reason that started in the 1950s, when representatives from public service broadcasters met to discuss a new technology and a new idea. The new technology then was from one place in Europe, via a direct signal, send a signal to every home in Europe, via live broadcasting. And the new idea was to fill that signal with a message of unity, music, and to show the unique variety of cultures that is so unique for Europe. This was important in the 1950s, when Europe was torn by 2 large conflicts. And we believe that this idea is equally important today. Secondly, we want the theme to be fully integrated in the super event as a whole. We want it to carry the DNA code of our values, and we want the symbols and the artwork to be put to great effect on the streets of Stockholm, as well as in the broadcast of the shows. As you might remember, 3 years ago, in 2013, we selected the symbol of the butterfly, a symbol that stands for transformation and variety in the same being. We had the tagline, "We are one," that told a story of unification of Europe during the nights of the Eurovision Song Contest. We saw how people in the streets painted butterflies in their nation's colors on the streets of Malmö. We heard performers, after they had finished their performances, call out, "We are one," on the stage. And we saw how the butterfly went in the broadcast from the arena in Sweden to all the participating countries and brought the artists together on one stage in Sweden. For Stockholm this year, we have selected a theme that we hope can bring this thinking to the next level. In a time where Europe faces new challenges, we believe that our interpretation of the original Eurovision idea is that Eurovision is never about borders, ideologies, or politics. It's about reaching across all those boundaries that separates human beings from each other. Those boundaries are often in the insides of us. Our prejudiced ideas about race, culture, religion, sexuality, the limits of our potential, and our imagination. For the Eurovision Song Contest 2016, we have created a new being. And that new being is inspired by the dandelion. The dandelion symbolizes the power of resistance and resilience. It has the power to break through asphalt. It has the power to break through bricks and mortar. It also has the power of regeneration. When the seeds fly away, a new life is created where it lands. Our magical being consists of flyers that can move away from the being and return to connect with the others and come together as one. The flyers have the power to embody artists, people, memories, encounters, and magical moments. In May, you will be able to see how all this comes together. We aim to create an experience of an event cut above the norm and some unforgettable television shows. Now, I'd like to show you a short video just to give you an idea of all the fun things we have to look forward to in Stockholm in May. Thank you very much.
Men gud!
Précieux points vont à la Suède.
Oh!
Sweden! Yes! Sweden! Mums!
Oh, yeah!
Wow, that brings
Wow.
back some memories, doesn't it? And applause.
So exciting, so exciting.
Well, we're up on the podium now.
We're here.
We're also very, very fortunate to have the scrutineers of this contest with us today. We have the executive supervisor from the EBU, Mr. Jon Ola Sand.
And we have the voting supervisor, Mr. Thomas Niedermeyer. Welcome. And we have Mr. Jan-Ola Sand, of course. And I would like to ask you, do we have any news or any changes to announce for this year?
Yeah, we have a couple of small things that will affect the allocation draw, actually, on request of the German broadcaster ARD and approved by the Eurovision Song Contest reference group. Germany will broadcast and vote in semi-final 2. And it's also decided by the Eurovision Song Contest reference group that Sweden will vote in semi-final 1.
Perfect. Thank you so much for telling us this, Mr. Jan-Ola Sand. So traditionally, 5 countries, also known as the Big Five, and I'm going to repeat them. They are United Kingdom, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, and this time even Sweden as the host country. They are directly qualified to the grand final that is on the 14th of May. But anyhow, we have to determine in which semi-final these countries are going to appear, to air, and to vote. And that's the procedure we're going to do right now. So we know that Germany will participate in the second semi-final and that Sweden will participate in the first semi-final. So then it makes us, so we have 4 remaining countries to draw from this beautiful ball, okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So
Get on it. I'm nervous.
4 countries. Let's do this.
Yes, and now we're going to mix these envelopes.
Okay. And the first country is United Kingdom.
United Kingdom.
Royaume-Uni.
United Kingdom will be in semi-final number 2.
Semi-final number 2.
We have it up on the screen already. Perfect.
Great.
Thank you very much.
So let's draw the next one of the Big Fives. Oh la la. And that is Spain, España.
And Spain will be in semi-final number 1.
Perfect.
the left.
Bienvenidos a España. The next one to compete, one of the Big Fives, is La France.
La France, semi-final number 1.
In the same semi-final as Sweden, the host country. And the last one among the Big Fives
Yes.
is Italia, Italy.
Bella Italia in semi-final number 2. Congratulations.
Congratulations, together with Germany. So, now, the rest of the remaining 37 countries, when we are ready with the pre-allocated, we have to now check. We will draw all the remaining 37 countries from the first ball to the 6th, first for the first semi-final and then for the second, and it's very easy. What we will do is that we will draw countries, and it will be 18 countries in the first semi-final and 19 countries in the second semi-final. Very easy and clear, isn't it?
Yeah, and the distribution of the remaining 37 countries into these 6 balls is based on a voting pattern from previous 12 years in order to separate nations who often tend to vote for each other. More excitement and less predictability.
Yeah, and maybe, you know, they love each other too much.
They love each other very much, of course.
But it's perfect. And I would like to ask Mr. Jan-Ola Sand once more, is there anything you would like to add, or do we have any requests from the remaining 37 countries?
Yeah, we have one more request. It's from the Israeli broadcaster IBA. This has also been approved by the Eurovision Song Contest reference group. Israel will participate in semi-final 2, and this is due to a Memorial Day in Israel. Then I would just like to add that none of the Big Five broadcasters and Sweden will be competing in the semifinals, but they are obliged to vote in one of the semifinals and also to air that or broadcast that show, just to be precise on that.
Thank you so much.
Shall we start, Alexandra?
So let's start from this first ball with the first country to determine in which semi-final they will air and vote. And the first country is Croatia.
And
La
I will
Croatie.
determine in which part of the semifinals, in the first semifinal, Croatia will be. Croatia is back to the competition and they will be in the first half of the first semifinal. Dobrodošli nazad, Hrvatska.
First half, perfect. So now from the second ball. And let's see what country we have here. Oh, Suomi, Lapland, Finland.
Suomi, Finland will be.
I mean, I remember Lordi. Do you remember Lordi, 2006 in
Definitely
Athens?
do. And they will be in the first half of the first semifinal, Finland.
Welcome, Finland. So then, ball number 3. Azerbaijan.
That's a country that does well in Eurovision Song
they are
Contest.
very popular and they do great. So, Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan will be in the second half of the first semifinal.
The second half of the first semi-final. And I give you Cyprus. La Chypre. Kypros.
Cyprus will be in the second half of the first semifinal.
And they will be represented by the band -1 here in Stockholm in May. And no, Malta.
Malta will be
Malta,
in the second half of the first semifinal for Malta.
second
Welcome.
half. They are great. They're doing great in Eurovision, Junior Eurovision, Malta. You know that?
I know everything.
And Moldova.
Moldova will be in the first half of the first semifinal.
Moldova that gave us that drummer grandmother. Unforgettable. Okay, so
So now we go over to the second
to the
semifinal.
second semi-final.
Perfect,
we'll see.
Alexandra.
Which means that you have to come to Sweden a day later. And Albania is going to compete in the second semi-final.
And Albania is going to compete in the second half of the second semifinal.
And they will send Eneda Tarifa, is the name of the singer. She will represent Albania here in Stockholm. Now, Latvia.
Latvia is going to be in the first half of the second semifinal. Latvia.
Latvia.
You have to walk a lot, huh?
This is so nice. Belarus.
Belarus. Let's see where Belarus is going to be in the second semifinal. In the first half of the second semifinal, Belarus.
Belarus. Oh. And I give you Bulgaria.
And Bulgaria is back in the competition again. Welcome. And Bulgaria is going to be in the second half of the second semifinal.
Second half of the second semi-final. You said, yeah.
Yes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, oh, I give you the Queen of Eurovision, Ireland. They have won the Eurovision Song Contest 7 times.
7 times.
Yeah, exactly. L'Irlande.
And they might have the king of the Eurovision, Nicky Byrne from former Westlife, representing Ireland this year.
Oh my
and
God.
Ireland will be in the first half of the second semifinal. I mean, and Sweden is breathing down their neck with 6 wins.
Exactly. Perfect. And let's see what we have here.
We have it there. You can take that if you want
Yeah. So, La Suisse, Switzerland.
to. Switzerland
Switzerland.
will be in the first half of the second semi-final.
Okay, so we draw from the beginning here. First ball, and I give you Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Bosna i Hercegovina vraćaju se u Euroviziju. Dobrodošli. Welcome back in the first semi-final, and they will be in the second half of the first semi-final. Bosnia i Herzegovina.
And then we have Estonia.
Estonia will be in the second half of the
L'Estonie.
first semi-final.
Welcome. And then we have Armenia.
Armenia.
L'Arménie.
Armenia will be in the first half of the first semi-final.
And now, La Grèce, Greece.
Greece will be
Ελλάδα. Why do
in
you
the
laugh?
first half of the first semi-final. I know why I'm laughing.
So, next we have Czech Republic.
Czech Republic will be in the second half of the first semi-final.
Welcome to Czech Republic. Hongrie, Hungary.
Hungary will be in the first half of the first semi-final.
First half of the first semi-final, which means the 10th of May. And Stockholm is so beautiful in May. And then we have former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, Ancienne, okay, let me see if I can say it now, Ancienne République Yougoslave de Macédoine.
Macedonia will be in the first half of the second semi-final.
And then Denmark. You know, Denmark they have a trend. The last two occasions, Sweden arranged the Eurovision Song Contest, they won. With the Olsen brothers, the year of 2000, and then in Malmö. So who knows if the trend will become a tradition?
We'll see. Denmark will be in the second half of the second semi-final.
And then we have Georgia.
Georgia will be in the second half of the second semi-final for Georgia.
Australia, hello down under, l'Australie, and they participated the first time last year, even if they have been fans of Eurovision for decades, and they ended up 5th. So that was a huge success.
And now they're competing
Yes.
in the first half of the second semi-final. Australia, down under, welcome.
They have a long trip. Lithuania.
Lithuania will be in the first half of the second semi-final.
Welcome, Lithuania. So I only have 2 here. And I give you La Roumanie, Romania.
Romania will be in the second half of the second semi-final.
Romania that gave us Cesar last year, you remember?
We move over from the start. Now, first semi-final.
Yes. First semi-final, Zdravo, Montenegro.
Montenegro, small country, proud people. Second half of the first semi-final, Dobrodošli, and they had a really good song last year. 13th place for Knez.
Okay. Iceland.
Iceland will
L'Islande.
be in the second half of the first semi-final for Iceland.
I give you La Russie, Russia.
Russia,
Привет,
привет,
спасибо.
will be in the first half of the first semi-final for Russia.
Perfect, thank you. The Netherlands, les Pays-Bas.
The Netherlands will be in the first half of the first semi-final.
Anouk. I say Anouk when I say the Netherlands. She was so great, Anouk. Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you San Marino.
San Marino will compete in the first half of the first semi-final.
And here we have a last one in this ball, and that is Austria, Conchita Land.
Austria will compete in the second half of the first semi-final.
Conchita Wurst. You know, she had more searches for her name the same year as anybody at the Winter Olympics. Isn't that amazing?
Now we go to the second semi-final. Come on, Alexandra, wrap it up. They're impatient out there.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Slovenia.
Slovenia will compete in the second half of the second semi-final. Dobrodošli, can we say to Slovenia as well?
And I give you Norway. Norge.
Norge.
La Norvège.
Jon Ola Sand, extra intresserad. Second half
No.
of the second semi-final.
Et maintenant, Ukraine.
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 Ukraine, welcome back as well. Second half of the second semi-final for Ukraine.
Ukraine. Remember Kiev, 2005? And now I give you Belgium. La
Belgium.
Belgique.
Belgium will compete in the second half of the second semi-final.
You know, Belgium participated in the first Eurovision Song Contest in 1956. And back in that days, I was there, no, I was not. There were only 7 countries, so
And we weren't
they've
born
been-
then.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Poland.
Poland will be
La Pologne.
in the first half of the second semi-final for Poland.
And now we have one more, and then we have Israel.
Yes.
Israel.
Jon Ola Sand told us earlier, Israel asked to be in the second semi-final.
Exactly, so we have to check if
Decide
they're-
in
exactly.
which half Israel is going to be in the second semi-final. In the first half of the second semi-final for Israel.
In the first, thank you so much. Then I leave Israel there. And I draw the last country for the Eurovision Song Contest 2016. Would you like to guess?
Nah, you can guess if you want to.
And that is Serbia's Zdravo, Serbia!
Serbia will be in the first half of the second semi-final. Dobrodošli, Serbia, u Stockholm.
Yeah.
We
Thank
did
you
it.
so much. Great,
All
well
the balls are
done.
empty. And the floor is cluttered with paper.
What do the scrutineers, what do you say? Are you satisfied with this procedure, or would you like to do it?
Shall we start all over again?
It was all done very well. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so now, my dear friends,
We can have a look at the screen.
Yes.
Beautiful, colorful screen with all these flags. And we have the countries in the semifinals, and we have them in their half of the semifinals, which will be really interesting coming May.
Yes, and I would like to add that the exact running order is going to be decided later. So this is what you get for now, and it looks great. It looks so exciting. So, well, the countdown has begun. It's only 110 days left until the biggest party on earth will start, the 10th, 12th and 14th of May, when we will welcome you all to Stockholm, Sweden.
And thank you all very much. Tack ska ni ha allihopa som har tittat framför datorer, tv-apparater och alla möjliga tekniska enheter. Thank you very much for watching us live and direct from this golden hall in the city of Stockholm.
And I would like to thank the scrutineers. I would like to thank the CEO of Swedish Television, all the friends, all the fans from around the world. See you very soon. Come together. Auf Wiedersehen. Jachara. Naste kala. Do svidania.
Do widzenia and thank you very much. Tack så hemskt mycket för att ni tittat. Vi ses.
Au revoir.